Hi, it's Justin Paperny, 20 to 9 on Thursday, February 12th, and I want to jump right into a lesson on disciplinary infractions and actually tie it into my ethics career. 2 days ago, I was lecturing in front of more than 1,000 stockbrokers or money managers in New York City, talking about ethics, finance, the consequences of white-collar crime. And a journalist put up a piece at wealthmanagement.com highlighting some of the takeaways. In fact, he titled this article, Eight Life Lessons from a White-Collar Criminal. And it's incredible how many of these lessons translate to prison adjustment and life on the inside. For example, one of the quotes from my lecture was, one email, one favor, one text, one decision on behalf of a client, the inability to say no can influence the rest of your life. Well, that ethical lesson for these executives applies to incoming prisoners. And I get too many calls from family members and loved ones who learn their husband or son or daughter is in the shoe for a fight or something that happened on the inside. So these lessons are timeless. They never age. And I want to transition to a blog that I wrote all the way back in prison, April 13th, 2009, about an experience an incoming prisoner, or new prisoner, had in the TV room. I recall watching, it was a Sunday afternoon, Augusta Sunday. The excitement of the back nine, a gang member left the TV room. This new prisoner went in, changed the channel to golf. The gang member came in. He was upset, turned it back to basketball. And exactly as this says, Tom said, this prisoner, but no one was in here. I wanted to watch golf. And this gang member said, don't matter, this TV is for basketball, don't touch the channel. And foolishly, this new prisoner responded with, you mean even if no one is in here, the channel has to stay on basketball? And then it got worse, and this new prisoner, Tom, was reprimanded in front of a bunch of other prisoners. He was embarrassed and foolishly and quietly walked back to his cubicle. He didn't watch football or basketball that day. What Tom didn't understand was how that experience could have influenced the rest of his prison term, because some guys in prison, gang members, do not care if they fight, do not care if they go to the hole, do not care if they get transferred. Some have been in for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, and some get a thrill of making it tougher on the new guys. So that lesson of understanding how one decision or one statement could influence the rest of your life applies both to ethics and the decisions we make in the work environment, and also to prison adjustment. As I transition to a couple other takeaways from this article, who you surround yourself with matters. I was quoted in this lecture as saying I tended to adjust to the people with whom I worked. Despite the beautiful platitudes, yada yada, my experience taught me the culture very much trumped the code. Well, the culture in prison, or there might be platitudes posted around the prison compound about helping offenders prepare for reentry, though in reality, most on the inside could care less about how you're spending your days. So much like the business environment you might have worked, it's no different in prison. The people with whom you surround yourself will have a huge impact on your prison term and the rest of your life. Are they negative? Do they complain? Do they talk to guards? Do they engage in the hustle? How are they spending their days? And that matters. So who you surround yourself with on the inside will have a large role, or will make a big decision on whether you ever have a disciplinary infraction or whether your term is successful or not. As we continue, there was another takeaway I found relevant as it related to this article, thinking about the long-term rewards. Frequently in my lectures, whether I'm at the FBI Academy or I'm at USC, my alma mater, or speaking to more than 1,000 stockbrokers in New York City, I remind everyone to look at every decision they make from the totality of their life, what it would mean over the course of your life. And if you can do that both before and, of course, in prison, if you can think how everything you think, say, or do will impact that day, the next week, the next month, the next 100 years of your family's generational life, you might not say anything in the TV room when someone questions why you changed the channel. You might not speak to the guard who you might better associate with, because it's still tough to see yourself as a criminal. So as I was quoted, if you can look at the decision with a sense of totality, what it could mean over the course of your life, then you're far less likely to take advantage of opportunities that may tempt you to cross the line. It's no different from prison. I got a call last week from a mother whose son got in trouble for using a cell phone. Didn't fully understand how using a cell phone would impact the rest of his prison term. He's in the hole, and the rest of his journey is going to be more difficult. That's an extreme example, though, with with the telephone. There are many more nuanced examples of how white-collar offenders so easily cross the line in prison without fully thinking about the long-term rewards or consequences. So today's February 12th, 2005. I'm still talking about think about the long-term rewards as I look back to a blog I wrote so many years ago, giving advice to incoming prisoners about understanding everything they do, and in this case, avoiding the TV room, resisting the temptation to engage in behavior that could bring additional pain and shame to those that love and support you. More than ever, my ethics career as a speaker seems to tie into my career as a coach or prison consultant. So the value of this lesson, whether you're going to prison or you're an executive managing $1 billion, which was the profile of those in the audience on Tuesday, better understand how everything you think, say, or do can impact the rest of your life, and moreover, how it can impact those that love and support you, namely your family, who will struggle with you away, and you have an obligation to work hard and to make them proud and to make amends, and you can do that by better understanding the consequences of your actions. I look forward to coming back with more videos soon. In the interim, if you'd like more information on our work or a complimentary copy of Lessons from Prison, feel free to reach out to jp@federalprisonadvice.com. I wish you all well. Back soon. Bye-bye.